Morning. Happy. Just get my Sunday morning coffee. I love this one. The universe knows, and follow your heart. The universe sure does know. So I want to talk to you because this up and coming week is filled with energy and things getting ready to happen. We have Hanukkah, the first day of Hanukkah coming up. So I wish everybody out there a wonderful holiday, no matter what you're celebrating. And this week is also winter solstice, my favorite high holiday of the year. Love solstice. It's like we're just getting ready to shut down a little bit, to go inside for the winter, to be in a place of wonderment. This is the time of year that we start seeing the magic. We see the magic on the children's faces when they see all the lights, or they go through, looking in neighborhoods and how their houses are decorated for the holidays. So this is a time with winter solstice. Sometimes people celebrate that as the beginning of the new year. So whether you're pagan, whether you're whatever you are, it's a wonderful time to celebrate. So it happens on the 21st, and this is a time for everybody to review. Where do you want to go? Where are your goals? Whether you celebrate New Year's on the 1st or this is your New Year, start looking at what you have already accomplished. I think so many of us are always, looking at the next goal and the next thing. And it's important to remember where we came from. So when you look at that, look back over the last year. What were the victories? What did you accomplish? What did you say you wanted to do and that you got done? Good for you. Find a way to celebrate. So I believe that on this day, definitely on the 21st, do some kind of ritual, whatever is your ritual. Burning candles, doing rites and burns, whatever it is, jotting down where you want to be a year from now, whatever that is, this is a great time for you. And so I want to say to you is that do something. For those of you local, I'll be having an event at my home that we'll be doing some moving forward with things and some rituals. Meditate, have some quiet time, get in touch with that part of you that says, you know what? I've done a great job. I've accomplished so much, but there's still more. And what does that look like? Really look at your life and see, where am I out of balance? So if you're all about your relationship and you forgot about your work in the world or your purpose, look at how can I bring some balance into that? Because this is a time for that. I'm feeling really good about it. It's like, oh yeah. And knowing that this is the energy, I wrote about this and spoke about it before. This is a time of year for light and love. Who can you forgive? Who can you just let it go? Well, he did this to me and she did this to me. Doesn't really matter. Let it go. All right? We're all doing the best we can down here with what we have to work with. Okay? So all I know is it feels much more clearer when my heart is spacious and I'm not holding on to crazy ass things. Right? So use this day. Ask yourself, what have I accomplished? What can I be proud of? What am I grateful for? And then, is there anyone I need to clean the slate with? Anybody I need to forgive and let it go? And often it's like jump roping, right? One person's holding one side. Whoops, I must knock the coffee off. And the other person's twirling on the other side. Well, guess what? If somebody drops their end of the rope, nothing can happen. The other person can be mad, angry, whatever. But you can't continue moving forward if there's no energy connected to it. So do your inventory. Don't go into the new year with this. Who do I need to let go of? Forgive, bless them. And remember, when you're letting go, and if people go out of your life, that's what's supposed to happen. I did my part. If they want to move on, they move on. And if it gets resolved and they come back into your life at a different level, well, great, wonderful. Okay, often people are always changing and growing, and you know, as I climb, not just me, as we climb the ladder of personal growth, sometimes the people you used to be connected with, if they don't do their work, their personal work, their energy's here and you've surpassed them and you're here. Doesn't mean you can't continue to be friends with them. It just means that gap is getting bigger and bigger, and sometimes everything's about vibration, like attracts like. So sometimes that person will move on, or, you know, you won't see them again. And that's a sign that you've done your work. New people at the new level will come in for you. So that's all I'm going to say. And happy winter solstice. Happy Hanukkah to those of you that are Jewish. And I love this. So anyways, today I dug out I have one normal deck and the other 4 are very different. So we start with Wisdom of Avalon. Because can you tell I always love my English cards here. Avalon from England. And look at how beautiful the back side of this deck is. Love the colors, love the chalice and the moon. So, Spirit, what do you want to tell all our viewers for this up and coming week? Focus. So when I look at this, what I get is they're moving down a path. And if you're in the woods and you're roaming around, if you're not paying attention, you can get lost or end up in a different location or different destination than what you set out for. But if we focus and we pay attention to the markings that are on, you know how sometimes if somebody else owns the land, they tie ribbons, okay, or they will draw a red on the thing and you follow all the reds to go on that path. But if we're not paying attention, we take one wrong turn, that's it. All right, this says, it is time to draw your energies inward. Let go of all things that are superficious and unnecessary at this time. Focus your attention on the job ahead. Do what is in front of you, no matter how small the task. Clear focus is required. Be mindful to stay in the present. Avoid looking back or too far forward, for it is only staying in the present, the now, that the power residing in this sacred journey marker can be used for benefits of all. Your path is marked with the need to regroup and remind yourself of your goal. Then stay in the present time and do what is directly in front of you. Only one small focused step at a time will place you at your destination. But everything I said, we got to stay focused. Where are we going? Look just right in front of you, and one step after another is going to get you to where you want to go. The Druid Plant Oracle. So I dug out some that I never use. And this is working with the magical flora of the Druid tradition. Come on. Sorry, I had to beat my cards up. They're stuck in the box. Okay. What does this group need for the up and coming week in December? For winter solstice, what does everybody need? Ooh, it says the Guardians. It's a beautiful tree amongst this beautiful pond with beautiful greenery around. Guardians. So the tree feels like the guardian. It's beautiful. And it's interesting because I think this is birch, and birch is always like that. Birch is the divine feminine tree. So very interesting. Let's see. And again, there's no number on the card. Okay. 114. Elder, it says hawthorn, birch. Upright, which it came out, was immunity, strength, longevity. The guardians are 3 trees which together act as preservers of our health, possibly even prolonging our lives by strengthening the immune system and the key organs of the heart and circulatory system, the liver and the kidneys. Each of them is a member of the Ogham family of 18 trees and 7 plants that make up this mysterious woodland alphabet that come to be known as the Druids' tree language. This card shows a birch tree growing between an elder and a hawthorn. The 3 trees are like guardians of the sacred pool in which we can see brooklime, also known as water pimranil. Don't ask me to say that. This may be the mysterious Somolas revered by the Druids. If you have chosen this card, it may indicate that a situation or relationship which seems to be in difficulty can be preserved and strengthened if action is taken. Sometimes, if there is no expectation of a quick fix, a problem can slowly be turned around over a period of time by a number of possibly quite small adjustments. The 3 guardians act by gradually strengthening the key organs of the body. Similarly, if you take actions to strengthen specific aspects of a relationship, this will in time affect every part of it. Rather than focusing on areas of weakness between you, identify where you do connect well and try to build on these. Long-term relationships need healthy immune systems that can cope with the inevitable stresses that arise between 2 individuals. That's pretty amazing. Oh yeah, those other ones are trees that are blooming. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to the inner child cards. What on earth is that? All right. Inner child cards. The Emperor's new clothes. So he's got a barrel around him. So everybody's covering most of them are covering their eyes and their faces. And the Emperor's out there with a barrel around him. All right. These are fun every now and then to pick some different decks like this. Come on, where are you? Again, no page. Here we are. The Emperor is building and constructing based on the desire to attain earthly power. The desire is a component within each of us, and it must be complemented by the creative blessings of the Empress. The harvest of life is actualized in accordance with natural law, not the political, expedient, and man-made laws belonging to the realm of the Emperor. A danger is indicated by this card if the Emperor has lost touch with his nurturing presence of the Empress. It is always the Mother Goddess who brings balance, peace, and beauty to the Emperor on his throne, who represents the power of the material world and the resources accumulated from the 4 corners of the globe. When the Emperor becomes greedy, unaware of his surroundings, blind to the folly of his self-centered ways, he becomes a dangerously foolish representation of humanity. The fable, The Emperor's New Clothes, is a primary example of foolhardiness. The Emperor, or Earth Father, is seen without his new clothing, symbolizing the material world, because he's lost touch with reality. Thanks to two cunning tailors anxious to swindle great monetary rewards from the emperor, a child with wisdom, a pure heart and innocent, points to the emperor and awakens the people to this travesty and embarrassment. The child stands for the unconditional part of the soul that still reveres truth and order in accordance with nature. When the emperor is in alignment with the empress, there is potential for grounding cosmic power and spirituality of the highest order. It is important to note that the empress, Mother Goose, precedes the emperor in the fool's journey of self-actualization through the major arcana. In early Asiatic civilization, kingship depended on the choices of women. Marriage with the earthly representation of the goddess in the form of a queen was essential to the position of kingship. This was the original meaning of holy matrimony. An intermarriage with the receptive female energy is necessary for the ordered male side to produce law based on wisdom and love in the universe. When this card appears, realize that we have built upon the past. We move towards the future from the wisdom we have gained. The Empress is the wisdom of life. The Emperor is the application of that wisdom in the attempt to create a better world. The Emperor stands for the limitations of time and the realms of order and mechanical law. He can symbolize blindness, foolish behavior, and self-destructive tendencies, or the sudden awakening to unity, grace, and spiritual treasures buried within the material world. So, what do we think here? Well, what comes to me is what I just told you about solstice, right? It's a time to look at what you've already accomplished, review all that, and like this says, we move towards the future from the wisdom we have gained. So what, to me, it's like just exactly that. All righty. And then we have Ocean Oracle by one of my dear friends, Michelle Hansen. And we are going to just pull one of those. The thorned laterus, it's a shell, meaning leverage, positional advantage, power to act effectively. It says the laterus uses the thorny structure extending from the base of its shells as leverage to pry open its prey. Wow, pretty cool. And that's it, just a short little positional advantage. So if you've been looking to create something else or do something this time coming up, position yourself. All right, last one. These big ones or something. Colette Byron Reed, the Goddess Power. All right, Goddess Power. I feel like I want to do this. To the power and beyond. I'm being goofy this morning. Ishtar, communion. Many of you don't know about Ishtar, so I'm going to read you about them. It says, your intimate relationship with the invisible world is being called upon right now as you enter unfamiliar environments and situations. It's time to commune with the great goddess, the aspect of the conscious universe in her most collaborative form. The world then becomes your oracle as it opens up and communicates everything you need in the form of signs, omens, and messages. Now is the time to pay attention to synchronicity and those moments when logic and reason fail to give you the full picture. The Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar reminds you of the time in her ancient temple when her priestesses served as oracles, communing with the goddess and imparting wisdom to the people who sought guidance. Look at everything in your life as an opportunity for communion, losing the need for self-centeredness, connecting to Source in a sacred, intimate way. You will not pray on your knees as a supplicant. You engage the great goddess as a partner in co-creation, participating in the making of worlds. No one needs to rescue you when you act empowered, aware, and awake to the wondrous miracle you're part of. Wow. So it's one of those things, if you're not seeing the signs, they may be in your face this week. Pay attention. So again, look at where you're going, take action steps in that direction. Know that you have your guardians around you and they're protecting you. Don't be all about whatever the material is. Work with spirit on that. And then knowing how to stand in your own light and communion, come into union, communion. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please do something, either in a group or on your own, to really be in a place of celebration this week. Love you all. Bye-bye.